Hey guys, we're going to add a couple of new tricks to our resume today. When you're in Launchpad, I want you to open Skyward. I'm not going to show it on my screen because it looks completely different for the teachers, but I want you to go to Skyward and log in. And when you log in, your username is just the username, not the email portion, like the @stu.neisd.net. Don't type that. It's just that first letter, your last name, and the 4 digits. And your password is your normal password. But log into Skyward, especially if you never have before. I want you to check your grades for your classes. You're going to be looking for T1. T1 means term 1, which is the first 9 weeks. Okay, you should have a grade next to every class. Maybe some classes have more grades in than others. That's totally normal. But you can click on the grade itself. Like let's say in science you have 100. If you click on the 100, you should see the individual assignments. If you have any missing assignments, that should also be listed for you in red, like with the number. Okay, so I want you to go in there and do that. And then while you're in Skyward, I want you to go and click on My Messages. Okay, it'll look like a little envelope. And then you can see if there's been any messages sent to you. And you may be like, I didn't even know I had messages. Okay, that's why we're learning this trick. So you'll get messages in Skyward from your teachers sometimes and different things from the school. But you can also adjust those to see other things that you want to see about your grades. Okay, so when you're in My Messages, I want you to click on the settings wheel. So over on the left-hand side, and I'm bringing mine up so I can show you that part. That part's the same. When you are in My Messages, over on the right-hand side, you'll see settings in the wheel, and it will open up, and you'll see a bunch of things that really honestly don't matter to you as a student. Okay, but that's okay. Let me open this up for you. Okay, it'll look kind of like this. But then you're going to scroll down. Okay, like all this stuff about general attendance, whatever, just scroll on down. That doesn't really matter to you. What you care about is here where it says gradebook. Okay. So find where it says gradebook and where it says low scope, I can't talk today, low score notification. Okay, that's on an individual assignment. So if you make below, as it says on default is 70, you can change this to 80 or whatever grade you want. If you make a low grade below that number, it'll send you a message. And you have 3 options there. It says send me low assignment score notifications, so if you want them or not. Send a copy to my email, so you'll get a message in Skyward, but if you click this box, it'll also send an email to you. Okay? And then the third thing says only send me notifications once per assignment. You may not want to know daily about that, so I personally would click it for this because it's just 1 grade. Okay, and like I said, you can edit the threshold. The second set here says low current grade threshold. This means your average, like your overall like science grade. You know, if it dips below a certain point, it'll notify you, and you can edit. It defaults to 70, which is considered passing, but you can edit it to whatever. Like if you know the standard in your house is having A's and B's, you can put it to where if it dips below 80, it'll notify you. Same options apply there. Okay. The next segment says high score notification, and you know, good job you, way to score high, but I don't feel like you need a notification every time, like air high five, good job. You don't want a message every single time you do well because that's the expectation. So just kind of skip over the high score notification point. Here's the part that you really want to pay attention to. The missing assignment notifications. You could sincerely, honestly think that you finished an assignment, but especially in this time of virtual learning, you forget to submit it on Classroom, and you go on your merry way because in your mind it's done. If you get a missing put in the gradebook by your teacher, this will send you a notification so that you can go, oh, there's a problem, and fix it. Okay, so look at your same options as above, like send me a notification, copy my email. This new one says send only notifications for the current grading period. Like you don't want notifications when we're in December about something you didn't turn in September. Okay, so I would click that one. But this last one, only send me notifications once per assignment. Personally, I would leave it unchecked. Okay, unless you need unless at one time you're going to handle it that one time. Otherwise, it's going to send you a notification every day until the grade gets updated in Skyward by your teacher. So some of us need that gentle reminder. Okay, so I would personally leave it unboxed. And the rest of the stuff doesn't matter. Like that's not really relevant to you. It was the missing assignments and the low average and the low scores. Okay, so that's something I need you to handle. That will help you be more proactive as a student because remember, school is your job. Mom and dad are busy doing adult things. This is you. Okay, you need to know how you're doing and keep up with it. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But that's one thing to handle. Okay, now back to actual classwork. So that was our trick of the day. For our classwork, we're going to start looking at measurement. Okay, and all the remind messages are coming in. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so looking here, you can see pen flip stuff. That was from before. So your pen flip investigation should be turned in and your ed puzzles are done. But when you click on observation practice, okay, in class, we worked in a breakout room with a partner to look at these 5 statements and determine if they're qualitative or quantitative. Now, we just made a page in the back of our science notebook and jotted down the answers. Okay, so if you're not sure by looking at it, maybe you don't remember what qualitative and quantitative mean, you have notes on page 1 in your science notebook to help you figure out what's what. Okay, so this is good practice about is it qualitative or quantitative. So we did that. And then you'll see that you have 2 files here. Okay, one says look at and one says fill in. Okay, so obviously you're going to look at the look at one. This is like what is similar to what I would put on the screen if we were physically in class. Okay, the fill in is as if like I could hand you the paper. Okay, that's what you will be doing your work on. Okay, so you're going to want them both open. Now this one is us learning a new computer trick, okay, because you're going to want to look at them simultaneously. If you have 2 devices you have access to, like maybe you're on the Chromebook and you also have an iPad, or you've got a cell phone you can use, feel free to use 2 devices to have one showing the presentation and one where you're doing the fill-in work, okay? So have one open, and then you'll open the other one as well. Notice that it's making another tab for me. Okay, so you can just tab back and forth between the 2, and that's fine. But I wanted to show you a new trick, but I'm going to have to expand my screen a little bit. Okay. The other thing that's on the page is a really short video that says how to split screen. So it doesn't matter if you're using a Mac or a Chromebook or a Windows laptop or desktop computer. This like maybe minute-long video shows you how. Now, I'm personally right now on a Windows laptop, so I'm going to show you that way. But if you have a Mac or you have a Chromebook, watch that video to help you out. Okay. But as far as this goes, I'm going to touch the Windows button on your keyboard. You know, it's the 4 little squares, the Windows button, and then the left or right key. Okay, see how I can move my thing around, right? Well, I want to be able to see this. Well, I don't have it ready that way. I need to drag this into a new window. Okay, and then make it line up pretty. So you can see I have them side by side. All right, so that was the Windows key on my keyboard, and then left or right. You'll kind of play around with it. Each one kind of does its own thing. And the fewer windows you have open or tabs and stuff, the easier it'll be on you. But I repeat, if you have a Chromebook or a Mac, watch that video and it'll help you figure out how to split your screen. Okay. I mean, really, I don't like it laid out like this. I like the thing I'm working on to be on the right, so I can just drag them over. Okay. However I want it. Okay. So it's nice to have it side by side, like I said, or use 2 devices that you wanted. Okay, so here on my left is the presentation, and it's going through, and this is the stuff we would talk about, right? Over on the fill-in, the one that I'm doing, it gives me little instructions, which I'm walking you through. This slide 3 is nice because it shows you some of the tools in Google Slides that we'll be using. Okay? But then your actual work starts here. Okay, you can kind of see the kind of shaded in areas, and they'll say type. All you gotta do is double click on them, and a text box will pop up. Okay, so like this first one wants to know the essential question. What's the essential question, Miss Melanie? Well, over here it tells me, how can we measure accurate and precise, I messed that up. How can we make accurate and precise measurements of length, volume, and mass? That's what it wants on my fill-in. And if you can, you could probably copy and then paste it, right? But I keep going. See the vocabulary section with metric system and SI unit? That corresponds to the top of my page, like this kind of purple area and the green area. I'm just filling in the blanks. Okay, and you can adjust the size of your slide there so you can see what you need. So you'll fill them in. You're using, like, as you go, you can see topic question 1, right? In this kind of melon color. And on yours, topic question 1, you'll write it here. So you're using this to help you complete the fill-in portion. But occasionally you will come across something to do. Okay, like there's some videos embedded into it, which I just went too far past. Okay, like right here, you'll see, hey, watch this video. So obviously watch it. But then on things like slide 5, there'll be a little arrow that says do, and it tells you to do something. So part of it is just transferring the information and reviewing it. Part of it's activity. Part of it is practice. Okay, so you will fill out these measuring Cornell note doodle notes and turn that in. It'll be due the next time I have you in class. If you have any questions, feel free to come to tutoring or to send me a message. But that's the short and sweet of it. Okay, hope you have a great day.